Hello, hello. Thank you so much for taking the time to hop on and to spend a little bit of time getting to know all things Facebook. So, my name is Tara Murray, and I'm excited for you to be here, excited to have you on board. And I'm going to go over just some basic Facebook, I call it a Facebook facelift. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tara, and I live in Cypress, Texas. I've been married for 25 years, almost 26 years, and I have 5 kids from 13. How old are my kids? 13 to 23, almost 14. He'll be 14 in 2 weeks. But anyway, I've been with Nu Skin for 7 years now. I came across a post on a whitening toothpaste, May of 2017, and decided to order it. It was a high school friend of mine that had shared a post for another girl, bought the toothpaste, fell in love with it. I had a few girlfriends that wanted some. So I circled back to the girl that I got it from, and I was like, what do I need to do if I want to start sharing? And, I'd been looking for something to do as a way to make some extra money for family vacations, for traveling. Um, and this just kind of fell into my lap. And I was like, okay, it didn't cost anything. It was totally free to get started. And I really liked that about it and decided to give it a whirl. So my intention when I first started was just to make money, for family vacations, and did that pretty casually for a couple of years. And then, 2020, I think for a lot of us, there were a lot of changes when the pandemic hit. And I know for us as a family, my husband took a demotion. He took a cut in pay, not once, but twice. And at that time, we had one in college, one getting ready to graduate, another right behind him. And it was just like, it caused me to look at this a little bit differently. And I was like, hey, maybe I should focus on this. And instead of it being kind of fun money and travel money, maybe I should focus on maybe a solid plan B for our family. And from that point, decided to build a team and to really grow this. So I'm not sure what brought you here, but I'm excited to have you on board. I will tell you that most people start just to make a couple $100s. We have people that do this full time. We have people that do this part time, but most people start very casually, just as a way to make some extra money. And that's going to look a little bit different for all of you, but we're going to help you every step of the way, whatever that looks like. If you want to walk, then we're going to walk right alongside you. If you want to run, you're like, no, I want to make more than that. We'll run with you. So the exciting thing for us is that the girls that started social media sharing are on our team. So we're very fortunate in that we literally have a playbook that has been laid out for us. They've gone before us. They know the ins and outs of Facebook. The algorithms are forever changing, which can be frustrating, but it's nice when you have people that are helping you and coaching you every step of the way. I know for me personally, when I first started this, I knew nothing about social media. I was on maybe every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, once a month or so. I had about 900 friends. And over the last 7 years, it's changed drastically for me. I was so uncomfortable when I first started. So if you're thinking like, what did I get myself into? That's very normal. But we're here for you. We're going to help you. We're going to hold your hand every step of the way. So I'm excited that you're here. But where we want to start is we want to start with a Facebook facelift. And what that means is that I might have already looked at your Facebook page. Your coach might have already looked at your Facebook page and said, okay, here's some things that we're going to help you with. But if you haven't and you want to know where to start, the very first thing we do is we want to make sure that on Facebook, your face is showing. So you want to make sure that you have a profile picture of you and your husband, you and your kids, it doesn't matter, but it should not be your dog. It should not be your, just your kids. It shouldn't be a travel spot. If you like that, you can do that in the background pic. But initially the little circle needs to have your picture on it so that when people come to your page, they know where they are. So I'm sure you guys have friends that might have a flower, or they might have a Bible verse. They might have, a vacation spot, but we need your face on Facebook. So when people are coming to you like, oh, that's Tara's page. Okay, I'm in the right spot. So that's first and foremost. That will be changed and updated every 3 to 6 months. Some people love to change it monthly. You're more than welcome to do that. For me, it was like, I probably do mine about every 6 months. Once you get verified, you have to cancel that, and then you have to reinstall a picture, and it's kind of a hassle now, but it also will save your Facebook page from the ability to be hacked. Well, as much as you possibly can. So that's another subject. But okay, so we're starting with our Facebook page with our profile picture. Starting from there, once you have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a posting cycle with you. And we do the same thing over and over. I'm going to get into the actual posting cycle next week. But for now, just know that we will walk you through everything step by step. But our main thing that we focus on is keeping your Facebook page 80% personal and only 20% products. And I think that when people get started, they're a little surprised about that because they think they're just going to be posting about the tanner, the toothpaste, the Lemmy Spa. But we don't want to inundate people with just product posts. We don't want them to come to our page and go, wow, this looks like a sales ad. And I think we all probably know people whose pages look like that. But I know for me personally, when I first started, I was like, I do not want to be that annoying girl. I do not want to only share about products. But I also had to learn how to share about myself and my family. And, it's sort of private. It took me a little while to come out of my shell. When I look back at my original posts, I'm like, ooh, those are pretty bad. But just know that 90% of the people that do this do not have any experience. They've never done social media before. So we're all in this together, and you just kind of learn as you go. And like I said, we will literally hold your hand and walk you through everything step by step. So just know that you have that support system. If you're not already in a group chat with me, your coach will set one up. And between the two of us or the three of us, however many are in that group chat, we will coach you daily. You come into that group, you ask questions. I call it on the job training. It's like you learn as you go. And because you know nothing, you're going to have a lot of questions. That's totally normal. Don't ever feel like you're bothering us or we're too busy. We're not. If I'm not available, then your coach will answer first. If they're not available, I'll jump in and help. But anything you need, like wording, pictures, questions that people might ask you that you need an answer to, we have all of that for you. So lean into us and let us help you with that, because it really, I know for me, I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I wanted, these people were having success and I'm like, I want to do what they're doing. I want to have success like that. So I've just followed in their footsteps, and I'll teach you exactly what we're doing and what works. One of the things that I do notice in doing Facebook audits, one of the very first thing that stands out to me is that there are a lot of people that love to share. And having not ever done this before, I didn't know that that was a bad thing. But Facebook has algorithms, and we try to keep up with them and work around them. But every time you share something, it kind of goes you get a little notch, and it hurts your algorithm. Facebook loves original content. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you create that content. And it's going to look different for all of us. Like, we're going to help identify your pillars, what your brand is. And for me, when I started, I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But now that I've learned about posting and how to share myself, I'm a mom of 5. We're a sports family. I love to travel. My faith is important to me. And obviously I do this, this biz. So I've got 4 or 5 pillars. And if you go on my page, you'll see that those are a recurring theme. Those are the things that I'm posting about. Just one day might be one thing, one day might be another. So whatever your brand is going to be, we'll help you with that. If you're like, Tara, I have no idea where to start with that, we'll help you. And it could be, we're going to make a list of anything you're interested in. It could be gardening, it could be home decor, it could be fashion. Maybe you love to travel too. Maybe you have dogs or cats or pigs, horses. I know that, we have a lot of animal lovers on this team. So that could be part of your brand. If you love to travel, you love hiking, that could be part of your brand. We'll help you kind of fine tune that, and we'll give you ideas for what to post. It's always about trying to bring people to your page and trying to make a connection with people, because this business is really about relationships. People are going to buy from you because they like you, they know you, and they trust you. So in order to develop that relationship and develop that trust, you have to let people into your life and let them see what's going on. And they're like, oh, I really like that. I can connect with her in this aspect. And it could be over your dogs. It could be over your children. There's a lot of different ways to connect with people. So whatever it is you're interested in, just jot that down, make the list, and we can help you brainstorm on your pillars. And I think I talked about sharing, but I want to hit on that a little bit more, because one of the things that I always notice with people that are just getting started is that they love to share posts, especially if you don't know what to post. And let's say you love to cook and you're following recipes and you're sharing recipes, that's fine. But because Facebook loves original content, we want to make sure that you're creating original content. So if you have a recipe that you like, what you're going to do is you're going to screenshot that, take a picture of it, and you'll size it down. You don't want the whole screen showing, it'll just be the picture itself. And then you can copy and paste the wording. And if you want to give the directions for the recipe, that's fine. I personally would put those in the comments, because people like short and sweet. They want a couple sentences they can read before as they're scrolling. So I would just say, found a great recipe. This looks so good. Or I made this for dinner last night. My family loved it. And then you can share the picture and you can say recipes directions are in the comments. So that is a new post. It's not just hitting the share button. That share button should only be used once a week. If you're going to use it at all. I don't share posts. I mean, I can't remember the last time I shared a post, but again, we will help you create original content that's going to be centered around you, your brand, and your pillars. Okay. And then if you want it, like, let's say if you have a memory that pops up, I know we love, like, oh my gosh, Facebook memories. Sometimes they're a knife in the heart, especially when it comes to our kids. So like, let's say I have a memory that popped up from 10 years ago. I'll save that picture and then I'll just repost it as a new post, and it will say, I can't believe this was 10 years ago. that's an original post. So you'll get much more traction on that, and much more people will come to your page, and Facebook will share it more if it's original content. So those are the big things. We want to make sure your profile picture is updated. We want to start creating a brand, create your pillars, identifying those, and then we want to stay away from sharing, because we're going to adhere to the 80-20 rule, which means that only 20% of your posts are going to be about products. 80% is going to be about you, your brand, and your pillars. So it's super important to focus on that. And a lot of times that's where people get stuck. Like, all the wording and all the pictures and the posts for the products we're going to have for you. So I think a lot of people getting started, that's the other aspect that they're not as familiar with. But again, we're here to help you. This will be so fun. I can't even tell you, it's my joy comes from helping new people get started, because that excitement and that energy, you get one sale and you're like, oh my gosh, this was so simple. I can't believe it. Especially now that we have drop shipping and we have affiliate links. When I started 7 years ago, I had to order, if somebody wanted something, they would pay me, I would order it, and then everything was shipped to me, and I would turn around and ship it out to everybody. And we've done away with all that, which I thought I would miss, but oh my gosh, it has freed up so much time for me. I absolutely love how simple it is now. So we have people that do this, that work full time. Well, you could do this in little pockets of time. I have people that will say, well, how long does it take? If I want to make $200, what does that look like? It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And now that you're not having to mail out products, it saves you so much time. So you could do this business realistically. If you want to make $200, it's not going to take a whole lot of time on your part. My goal actually is to help you make $200 your first week. And it's done through drop shipping, and it's done through affiliate links. Every product that you sell has a retail bonus on it. And it doesn't matter if you start on day one, or if you're like me and you're 7 years in, we all make a retail bonus. So for example, if the toothpaste is $10 is our cost, and we turn around and sell it for 20, we're making that $10 retail bonus. And you can make those from day one. And you can make as many of those. Every time you make a sale, you're going to make that. And that retail bonus on average for every order is going to be between $10 and $25. Some of our other, like our big ticket items, like our Lumi Spa, our body spa, which is amazing. You can make between $50 and $75 on those. So just depending on what we're sharing, we're going to go through the posting cycle, and just know that every week we'll concentrate on something new, but we're going to talk about repeated exposures. We're going to get into posting next week and go in a little more detail on that. But just know that every time you share a product, it's not just a one and done. We have a cycle that we use. And a lot of you have already been through the cycle. But if you haven't, just so you know, it starts with an engagement post. That's to bring people to your page and to create a conversation. And then you do your first product post. Let's say you do Tanner. You're going to do that Tanner post. And then the next post in that cycle is going to be a second Tanner post. And then the follow-up on that is going to be either the Lumi Spa or the body spa. And then we're going to finish that with the recruiting post. But in the midst of that cycle, like one of those posts a day, then you're going to have all your personal posts. Your 80% is going to fill that in. So again, we'll get into posting cycle next week. And I'll answer some more questions on that. But if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to reach out to your coach. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available. I will say that, like I said, most people join, they get started just to make $200. So my goal is to make that happen for you in your first 2 weeks. And as far as like the time investment, if you want to make more money, it's going to take a little bit more time, but I would say 30 minutes to an hour a day is very realistic. I know for me, I wanted to make a little bit more than that when I first started. And so I was willing to work a little bit more every day at it. And now that it's, changed so much with the drop shipping and the affiliate links, it's super simple. And I'm huge on making the most of your time and being, doing action steps in that little time blocks really helps me. So, but whatever you want to do, like I said, we will run with you. If you want to run, if you want to walk and you're like, I just kind of want to go slow and I want to dip my toe in, we'll meet you where you're at. So, very simple, very straightforward, but we're here to help. So don't hesitate to reach out. If you're interested in learning more, like let's say you've been doing this a month or two and you've been a casual seller and you're say, Tara, I'm ready to make, I'd like to make more than $200 or $500 a month. What does that look like? From the beginning, like I said, everybody makes retail bonus, but if you decide that you want to become an executive, we can map out what that looks like for you. And you have 3 months to do it or 6 months to do it. And once you're an executive, you're going to make commission in addition to your retail bonus. So it's a sliding scale. It's anywhere between 5 and 40% of your sales. And so that's in addition to your retail bonus. So you're always going to have that retail bonus. A lot of our products have a sharing bonus, like of an extra dollar or two on them as well. So that's always going to be intact from day one. Doesn't matter what level you're at. But if you want to be, to bump up in the compensation plan and to become an executive, then we will help you with that. We'll map that out for you. But just know that in addition to the retail bonus, you're going to make commission and you're going to have the opportunity to earn 2 free trips a year. They're trips for 2, 5-star resorts, amazing locations. I'm working on my 9th right now. The next trip is to Whistler, Canada. Our trip announcement at the end of the month is actually, I heard it's like your pants destination. So I don't know what that means. I have no idea where it is. They don't really, they'll tease us. They'll give us a few clues, but look for that at the end of the month. And then if you don't know, we actually have a LumiSpa promo going this month where you can earn a free LumiSpa just by sharing products. So for a lot of you, that might be why you're here. So again, just get with me or get with your coach and we can kind of walk you through what that looks like and help you earn that too. So I'm excited that you're here. And like I said, let's just have some fun.